Fortnite Chapter 1 is coming back, guys, and we have the Fortnite Everything podcast. We're going to be talking about Fortnite Chapter 1. We're going to be talking about making babies. I'm just kidding.
What?
We were talking about that before we started recording. But I am here with PBJ. PBJ, what is going on?
Wait, no, you can't say that.
What?
We weren't just talking about making babies.
Oh, no, not us
That
two.
just sounds weird. You gotta restart it now. You gotta restart.
Dude, come on, that's good content.
This is weird.
Do you want
He's
me to?
having a child.
Do you want me to?
I don't care.
Okay, I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it. I was telling him before we started the podcast that I'm finding out the gender of my baby tomorrow, and that's what we were talking about. We weren't talking about him and I.
Yeah, that's a little awkward.
I didn't even catch it until you mentioned anything.
All right, so Chapter 1.
Chapter 1 of Fortnite is coming back. We're going to be talking about pretty much everything to do with it. Like we haven't even talked about PBJ was messaging me earlier in the day, and I was like, dude, save it for the podcast. I'm
holding back all
I don't want to hear it. I thought my audio was out for a second, but it wasn't. This is a disaster we're starting off with. PBJ,
I've been holding back all these things.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good, but I'm ready.
I'm ready. It's 11 p.m. at night.
1.
Solid podcast ready to go. So,
yes.
What are your thoughts? We got new leaks. What are your thoughts in general? Because we already talked about Chapter 1 coming back, but now we have more information.
Okay. So now there's rumors that Chapter 1 will fully return, but I don't know about that one.
Well, yeah, it's tough because there was that whole 60-40 theory going on, right? They were coming from leakers,
realistically, there has to be some sort of half and half. Because, well, according to the story that the leakers are saying is that we're rifting our island to the old island, which would technically mean we would have to keep some of ours.
I thought that's what was fake,
I feel like... Oh, maybe. But I feel like it doesn't make sense for Fortnite to literally just bring back the whole map. It feels just too good to be true. Like,
yo, dude, if they're doing it, they got to do it that way. They got to do it right.
That's what I'm thinking too, but it's like...
To be honest with you, I've been a little bit disappointed if it was a little bit Chapter 4 and Chapter 1 together. I want to just go back because apparently we're going through now. It's confirmed Chapter 1, Season 5 to Season X.
Yeah, because of the pins, which we can talk about now.
I love it. I forgot about the pins.
Dude, okay, so he got this whole box. Somebody got this box sent from Fortnite. And there was a vinyl, which is like a CD for people that don't know. I don't know. Big CD that you play in a record player. And then there was pins, like 6 pins. And then there was I
briefly saw it. I don't remember what I was doing.
There was one other thing that was less significant, but the vinyl had Chapter 1 Season 5 map on the back. So like when you put it on, it would actually play using that.
Love it.
Which would be sick. And I guess it plays OG music. And then there's 6 pins. One says OG Fortnite. And then one is Season 5 Drift. And then the next is Season 6 Cube. Season 7 Ice King. Season 8 Volcano or something. Season 9 Neo. Season X. It's just the X. So it shows each one after, which means that we're going to fly through each one every week.
That's that is the best case scenario in my opinion.
I know. I think so too.
I hope
so that's fast paced. That's fast paced. But we had to talk about something that's not fast paced. They're removing sprinting and mantling.
That's wild. That is wild.
We have 2 options here. 60-40. If it's 60-40 over here, I could imagine the 40% that's still Chapter 4. It's like a rift zone where you run in it and you can sprint mantle. But then outside of it, it's normal Chapter 1. You can't swim, you can't sprint, you can't mantle. I could imagine that at the same time, but I couldn't.
So if they were going to do that, that would probably be the best way to go about it. I would love that. Okay, but now I think we have to assume that that's not the case.
Yeah, either we get that or we get the whole Chapter 1 map with no swimming or anything, because the water's not even deep enough to swim in.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Wenzo was the only leaker claiming it to be 60-40. And Wenzo has some good insiders. Like Wenzo has leaked some good stuff before. And Wenzo himself came out and said that that's not true. He misunderstood.
Okay, maybe Shino was just sharing that information.
Yeah. As far as I know, Wenzo was the only one claiming that, and he had a special insider or something. But Wenzo himself came out and said that's not true. It's going to be fully Chapter 1.
Oh.
So if that was the case, Rift Zones would be awesome. That would be like the best way to go about it, in my opinion. But now it looks like it's just going to be the full map. Looks like they're trying to capture the OG experience because apparently, like along with you said, they're removing sprinting and mantling, but there's a chance that they get rid of zero build. Did you see that?
No.
Hypex said that.
Oof.
How do you feel about that?
'Cause that's not going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense because Fortnite's not going to want their game to be boring because Chapter 1's not meant for zero build. People will
it's
say
so open.
yes, people will say that, oh, but we didn't know how to build back in the day. But we do now.
Yeah.
And we know how to shoot and aim too.
We even knew how to build back in the day though too, because like Chapter 1 Season 5 is when people started to get good. My initial thought when this came out was like, okay, does this mean we are finally getting the turbo build nerf? Are we finally going to be able to play with no turbo build? But then I was like, oh yeah, their turbo build got we got turbo build in like Season 4 or something. Do you remember when it was?
No, but I didn't build too much.
Regardless, like we're going to have turbo build because if they want to capture the OG experience, that's the way to do it.
They also can't change everybody, though. They can't just make everybody hate their life because they don't know how to build.
They're already focusing on taking stuff away. They're going to make the game slow.
But that's different because building is building. You can't just, like, buy building.
Yeah, I mean, you could just have arena.
Yeah, but, like, then it's... Okay, so that's the issue with what I've seen in a lot of games where, like, competitive and regular is so much different that the game they hate each other. Like
I think that's awesome.
We already sort of have that, but like no, but I feel like I mean you're a Halo fan, but I was gonna say with Halo, I feel like the competitive scene is like at war with the
pub.
Yes, at war. But Fortnite wants them to be like mixed, and they've trying to find the balance. Honestly, I think that balance is what's ruins Fortnite because we used to have weekly updates that makes the game special, but then. Now they can't have weekly updates because of arena or ranked.
It's so ridiculous to me. Like I never understood why they would keep them even remotely the same. Keep competitive separate completely. I don't get it. In my opinion, that would make everybody happy. The competitive people could have their like, and I don't say this in a disrespectful way, but the competitive would like a more boring type game, right? Like simple loot pool, all that stuff. They could have their boring game, and I would love to go play that. That would give me an incentive to go play arena. Have pubs crazy and fun and inflatables and UFOs.
I think they want it super simple for some reason.
I don't know. I think that like, and I have a problem sitting here and being like, okay, Epic Games is what you need to do because I didn't build anything as successful as Epic Games built Fortnite. So who am I to really go, Epic, this is stupid, but I just feel like it's stupid, but maybe there's something I don't know.
Yeah. I'm so excited though, because I doubt that we'll get any glimpses at events. Maybe the cube in Season 5, but I have a feeling that Sloan's trying to take us back to see something. We're going to figure that out the end of the season or something, but I imagine challenges where what if so we've only theorized that it's an accident that we're flying through time, like it's broken, but what if she's flying through time on purpose and we're just stopping things each week? So like
that would be cool.
So like Season 5, our challenge to stop is the cube. Season 6, our challenge... Well, I guess that was the cube. Season 6, our challenge was to stop something. And then Season 7, we had to stop the Ice King. Or something like that. Like each challenge, we had to change something that changed Season X.
So do you think the whole point is to make it a little bit of a peaceful ending? Like we talked about that in the last podcast, right? We talked about it like, okay... your theory, and we might as well go through that because we're in a new podcast, right? Also, I apologize that I was just looking back. I was paying attention to you. My puppy's dreaming right now. She's making noises.
Which theory?
So there were two theories that we had. Your theory was the one that, and this PBJ was the first to come up with this, by the way, because I've seen people talking about it. PBJ was the first one to come up with this. None of you are clever, okay? We're going to go back to Chapter 1, Season 5. We're going to somehow interfere with the cube spawning. The last reality never comes, maybe. We're just going to stop it somehow because that was the first theory of the last reality getting to the island. It was looking for the 0 point, went in Loot Lake, figured out the 0 point was there. The last reality was coming. My theory was that's very possible. If there's a theory that's going to come true, that one is very likely. I think that we're going to relive everything. Okay. I don't know. I think it would be, I can see us changing stuff. That's the problem. Like I'm not sold on my theory. Okay. I think we're going to relive everything, get up to Season X. We're going to have an end event 2.0, and with this time we're going to be successful. Don't know what exactly we're going to change. Don't know what but then again, the black hole's going to come. Something about this is going to be a happy ending. So maybe everyone will get together, we'll escape the loop, and then the black hole happens, Chapter 2, whatever. You know what I mean? I just think we're going to change the end event somehow. It's going to be happy ending. Jones, Sloan, the 7, whatever it may be, are going to escape. Maybe everybody gets off the island. Maybe it's just the island. Like, nobody gets rifted into a black hole. It's just the matter of the island.
I have no idea. Because part of me wants to think they're going to try to get a peaceful ending, but it won't work. Like,
it's tough.
It's weird because the last reality is not here. They're not returning. They could return for a glimpse, but they're not going to come and destroy us. We're not.
Well, I'm still convinced that I'm sorry if we talked about this in the last podcast. I don't remember because I know we talked about it. I just don't remember if it was in a podcast where I believe the reason we're going to be using the time machine is because the cube cradle is causing the eclipse. They're here. I think we're running from them. So that's a theory that I can see coming true. This could be all about the last reality.
Well, okay. So if the IO basically Sloan, I guess the IO and Jones and the Seven are teaming to work together. The only other people we know of are the Nothing and the Last Reality. So what are they trying to team up against? The Last Reality. It's the only thing that would make sense unless there's somebody new, but I don't think there's somebody new. Like, in my opinion, I think Chapter 4 is kind of trying to get rid of the old storyline in a way where, like, all this confusing stuff is kind of just going to come to an end so that way the new guy can take over and kind of build it up in the future. So I believe that's why Donald Mustard sent off the Seven so quick. He revealed the Seven super quick, and then they left super quick. One season, I think. I think everybody got revealed in season 2 and 3, and then season 4 they went missing. So I think that was kind of him trying to get them out so that way he could bring them in their own way. I said that in a few episodes or whatever. But what if they're also trying to get rid of like the Last Reality now, where they're going to go back in time to Chapter 1, what everybody wants, and then it's also a big plot in the storyline where like they stop the cube, but then time is flying through, and then we get to the season X, and like anything could really change. I don't know what could change because back in the day, we read, I think for like 10 minutes in my episode, we read about the season X dialogue.
Yeah.
But like, there's all this stuff but it's like, it was inevitable anyway. So they knew the answer of what was going to happen. So how could we fix that?
Yeah, that's true.
And was it bad? They said that nothing is inevitable. Mm-hmm. So was that bad?
I wish I had an answer for you, dude. I really do.
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to go back. Like, I don't know Sloane's intentions either. She seems to be better now. I don't think she's doing it on purpose. No, but I don't think she's going to betray us again because she could, but
you're so trusting.
I don't think so because I mean, I was the first person to call that she was a traitor. Like I said in season 7 event, I was like, dude, she's going to betray us. How are we getting out of here after we blow this place up? And then she's like, your part's over. It's my turn now. And we were like, really, bro? I was like, are you serious?
Dr. Sloan, what you doing, man? But so speaking, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go ahead.
No.
Okay. I'm very happy that it seems like the story is at least ending with Agent Jones and Dr. Sloan. I'm very happy it's those two.
I wonder if they're even going to attempt to bring back the Seven.
It would be a little weird for them to end the Seven story like that. I still think that the Visitor is going to be revealed as Donald Mustard at the end.
Somehow,
so they're going to come back.
But also, the Seven have been corrupted, and we're going back to Chapter 1 to defeat the Last Reality, maybe.
Maybe we'll defeat the Seven? Is that what you're saying?
Like, what if we figure out that the Seven are gone? The Seven we know are gone, and, like, the happy ending is to reset the world. Like, by the black hole. Like, instead of creating Chapter 2, we just go into Chapter 5 or something. Like, we interfere somehow.
Yeah.
To, like... But I don't know how, because if you destroy the 0 point, the black hole's going to happen, and it'll change in the future anyway. So the only way I could think of is if there's something different about the 0 point or how we end the 0 point. But if you blow up the 0 point, no matter what, you're going to get a black hole. So I don't know.
Well, the black hole's coming back no matter what. We know that.
There's a theory I have, if it's 60-40, which is looking like it's not anymore. But if it's 60-40, we could have 2 0 points, technically.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Because we're going back in time to explain
which could cause something weird to happen.
That's true.
But that's too complicated in my opinion. So
the 0 points are destabilizing fast.
The 0 points.
Yeah, could you imagine they start off the Season X trailer like that? The 0 points are destabilizing fast.
That would be funny.
That'd be hilarious.
Okay, but realistically, what could happen? Because
Everything that we talked about could happen.
Yes, but we need a twist. We need something. I think the twist will be how the season ends. I don't think we're going to be able to come up with how it's going to end. I think there's the good reason why it's going to end and how we're going back. Like, I don't really think that we're going to go back just to bring in chapter 5. I think we're going to go back for something significant to changing the storyline. Marvel, you go back in time to change the future. So like somehow it still worked out. I don't know. But they went back to steal the Tesseract or whatever, and then they saved the world because of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how, if they never had it in the beginning, like they stole it from themselves. I don't know how they got to the point they have it.
Well, different timelines.
Yeah, but like still like that changed the future because they went to the past. So like I feel like this is gonna happen in Fortnite where we're gonna go to the past to like defeat the last reality. It makes sense, but at the same time,
but that's assuming that time travel works. Like there's different stories to time travel. Like you could just be creating a new timeline variant, like in some stories that we see nowadays.
But in my opinion, I don't think we would. I think
you think it would just change the future.
I think we would change the future.
Interesting.
Which showing up in general would change the future. And okay, so season 5 and season X both were about stuff spawning in. So like season X, the world was destabilizing. What if the original reason it was what if the original reason it was okay? So it was destabilizing because the 0 point was damaged. It's fast.
It was destabilizing
because the 0 point was damaged from season 9 event.
Yeah.
But is there a connection between us? Because season 5, there's a theory that stuff was drifting in because we were coming.
Interesting. It's so tough to call, man. Like there's so many different ways you could take this. Like now I'm thinking about like us going back in time, right? What if Agent Jones and like they talked about again the Loop Breaker project? What if the happy ending they bring Midas back?
I think Midas is gone.
Dude, they've been teasing him too much.
I think
too
he's
much.
Irrelevant.
He
I'm
breaks
not even
the
going
loop.
To lie.
The L scientist, he couldn't do it in season X. He had to destroy the 0 point, but here we go. Midas, he can break the loop.
I think
and
I'm not
Agent
going to lie.
Jonesy isn't there to stop him this time.
Okay, there was something somebody mentioned about the Midas earpiece.
What earpiece?
Did you see that?
No.
So all the spies in that season had the little earpiece in their ear. That was like a communication device. The guy that created that device said he was working with Donald Mustard for us like too long almost to get that design right. And when he finally did, they were really excited because it's not just an earpiece and that it actually has more storyline relevance than being an earpiece.
What are you talking about?
It's so weird to think about. I don't know. Like, I don't even know how that's a thing, but like the earpiece is significant to the storyline. And I don't know why. Like he said that.
Who? Like what? I never heard about this.
The concept design, it was like last week. The concept design for the
earpiece
that worked with Donald Mustard said that it was significant.
How could that be significant?
Maybe it has something to do with the loop or something. Like, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. Was it like, oh, it was significant in season 2, or maybe he'll come back?
So it was
an
earpiece in season 2.
Yeah,
was there any character that didn't have an earpiece?
I don't know. It was weird.
That's so strange. I just don't think we should shut the door to Midas, dude. I really don't.
I don't think so either, but at the same time,
that would be the biggest waste in Fortnite history. If they didn't close up his story. Too many teasers. Same with Caddis. At least we're gonna see the Caddis monster probably again, at least in some form.
That's true. If we go in season 9 at all, we will.
Yeah, well, we're going through all the seasons. So I also wanted to talk about this. We're going through and revisiting every season, right? Would you rather re-experience it all and have a change at season X, like I'm saying? Or would you rather something very different happen each season, like having the cube spawns? Maybe we work on it to not go in Loot Lake or whatever it may be. You know, season 6, what could we change? Well, that means a floating island would never appear. So, that would change everything kind of, right? Like, I'm thinking, like, what could you do in season 6? Maybe the live event doesn't happen. Maybe Kevin doesn't explode. We somehow stop Kevin from exploding, okay? Season 7. What do we want to stop in season 7? The Fire King from getting out. Maybe we just keep him frozen somehow instead of the
Okay,
ice.
so
Instead of the Ice King making the
it's
whole
weird
map
'cause-
frozen, he just keeps piling it on Polar Peak.
Oh my goodness. It's weird though because it's not like there's enough special things in each season. Like there are a few boring seasons storyline wise, like event wise. So like it would be weird because if you change season 5, then season 6 wouldn't have happened. So like, are we gonna change something in each season? And if it is, it's probably not the main events. It'll probably be like
It could be something small from each season that we don't know about. Maybe we visit the Wailing Wood bunker. Sloan takes us down there. Yeah.
But then we would have to have an event for it because we can't do that in challenges. Like
you could though. Wouldn't shock me.
Would you have a whole bunker down there if you're just gonna do a challenge there?
Yes. Look at the redacted bunker.
Yeah, but that's different. I feel
It's
like
not different.
I don't know.
I think it'd be cool to just go in the Wailing Woods bunker, even if it's just a little IO thing, like just to have that little touch. Remember back in the day when we were trying to figure out what that was?
Yeah, that was sick. I don't know what we could do. Like
I'm thinking,
each
like,
season, we'll have
what
to
if
have something
what if we
different.
relive a little bit and then change something closer to Season X? Like, what if we wait all the way to the Caddis event? The 0 point never comes out. What if we destroy the keys instead of putting them in the vault?
Yeah.
Singularity. You know, the story
You
with
wanna know what's
Singularity.
funny?
She was supposed to be important. Maybe she does something.
Funny.
Huh.
Funny. We made a what if season episode, and now these things could happen.
That's so
Like,
true,
a
right?
month later,
Right? And we didn't know about this season before then. I never
Mhm.
thought about that.
we just made what if, and then boom.
So yeah,
we
you
could
guys
do
should go
it.
check out that super cool podcast. We did a whole what if series talking about the Fortnite storyline in chapter 1 specifically. What if this never happened? What if that never happened? You know what? Maybe we called it. Maybe something would come true. So I highly suggest you go check that out on the Clen and PBJ channel. The
We should
Fortnite
do
Everything
another.
podcast. I'm done. Well, we need to do
Somebody
chapter 2 and
recommended
chapter
it.
3 and chapter 4 now.
Yeah. And
So,
chapter
yeah.
5.
But
Yeah.
it's so exciting to think about because of all the different possibilities.
Yeah.
I don't think we finished really touching up on like the idea that we kind of drifted off into the storyline. We didn't finish talking about
Sorry.
the idea. No, don't be sorry. I'm enjoying it. The sprinting and mantling being disabled because I was thinking like that wouldn't fix the game at all because what's going to
No.
happen is that people are going to be if the game's going to be
Okay.
slow and people are going to hate it. I guarantee you that. I
All
won't
right.
like it.
Here's the dilemma. You take away sprinting and mantling, and it's too slow for everybody. You keep it, and it's not OG enough.
But you're not going
For
to feel
most
OG.
people.
You're not going to feel OG. People are going to be
I
too
know.
good. You're going to be getting edited on. You're going to be getting one pumped with the old pump shotguns. You're going to be getting sniped with the 200 sniper hunting rifles. And you're going to get sniped even easier because you're moving slowly. People got
Okay.
used to sniping people with tactical sprint. You think it's going to be
I'm
so
for
easy.
it because I want that experience, but I don't think it's going to be good in the end. I think after a week, I'll be like, oh, it's so slow. But, okay, but hear me out. At least in my lobbies, when I play builds, there's 20 people left after the first zone. And it's ridiculous. It's really annoying because I just want to have a fun day. But I land, kill maybe 2 people, and then the rest of the game, I'm slow until the final circle because there's nothing to find. So maybe without sprinting and mantling, there will be fights still, but you literally can't go as quick. And there's going to be no cars, no bikes, maybe planes, and maybe ATKs. Well, definitely ATKs and planes in the right seasons. But shopping carts. That's all we're going to have.
Golf carts.
Golf carts, shopping carts, and quad crashers.
It's going to be fun. You're kind of right.
I think we'll last longer in games.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why Chapter
unless
2
it's-
Season 7 was the greatest season of all time. They fixed that problem with a little mini in-game event, you know?
That's kind of true. That was fun.
But you're right. You're right. It's...
I hope they last longer.
What?
At least. Like the lobbies. I hope more people survive.
That would make sense. To be honest with you, I don't really remember in Chapter 1 how if people died right away. Do you remember?
They didn't, because I remember it taking a while. I remember end zones being dead, but...
Huh. For some reason, I don't remember. Was it every season like that?
No, but I remember in Chapter 2 significantly... Well, I guess we didn't have sprinting, but... I remember at a certain point in Fortnite, after Chapter 1, the lobby started dying really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And it was annoying.
Huh.
It
Interesting.
is annoying.
Here's a random thing for you. Do you think that we're going to see some OG LTMs? Season 8 rolls around, we get Flora's Lava.
No, but I want it.
Yeah, I don't know,
I
man.
don't think
I don't
it-
know.
Okay, something we can transition to this. My answer for that is I don't think so because it's too good to be true in my opinion. Like we can't get
the
it all
OG
back.
map's coming back too good to be true.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, but so we got Whoa. So we're getting a chapter 1 map for creative, like a preset, the whole map, a preset. I think that's why chapter 1 maps weren't eligible for pay up until now.
Yeah.
And I think maybe after this point they will be, because you'll be able to change it. Like I think it'll be set by default.
It's possible.
And you can just get in there, change whatever you want, make whatever LTMs you want. And I think that's where it'll come from, which is weird because after this season, we'll be able to play on chapter 1 whenever.
Mm.
And it'll be realistic because of like now we have the LTMs and stuff, and I mean the creative game modes, but it's not as special as the real map, obviously. But now we're gonna have the official map, so I don't know.
It's so tough.
It's weird.
Yeah, I wonder
I'm
if they're gonna do
excited.
chapter 2. Going through chapter 2 again, it would be an absolute blast.
Yeah.
That was my favorite chapter. What was your favorite chapter, real quick?
Well, it's 2 or 1. There's no other option really. Chapter 3 and 4 were too short to be the best.
Mm.
Which chapter 2 was boring for a long time, but it was better in the end.
Mm-mm.
Like it got boring sometimes, a few seasons. Well, to me it did. I was young and like
I was the chapter 2 enjoyer. I was the chapter 2 lover from day one.
Oh no, I played chapter 2 the whole time. For some reason, I got bored in season 4. Like I was burnt out in that season, and I don't know why.
That was like one of the most exciting seasons.
It was the most exciting season, and I think it was just because I got burnt out of playing for 3 years. But
man, look what you're doing.
Season 1 was the worst, but it was the best.
You know,
so
Winterfest
fun.
carried that season.
Yeah, it did.
One of the best Christmas
It was
events of all
900
time.
days, I think. I'm pretty
Was it
sure
that
it
long?
was.
No.
Wait, no.
No, that's impossible. 900 days?
It was really
900 days?
It might have been 300 days, though.
Yeah,
Fortnite's not 900 days.
it wasn't 300 days either. There was no...
No,
God,
it was.
BBJ,
It might have been 90.
it wasn't a year long.
It wasn't 3 years either. It might have been 90. I remember it being the longest season of Fortnite.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was the longest
must have
season.
been 90.
It went from like October to January-ish or February maybe.
It must have been 90. I don't know what I was thinking. I remember some
No,
crazy
I
number
think it
back
broke
in the day.
100.
It might have. It might have been 190.
But you know what kept me going? I was on the hunt for the mythic goldfish.
Yeah.
I was fishing. They need to bring that back. That is one hope that I have.
Okay, so
for
let's
all
think
time.
about the stuff that they could bring back and take away. So we'll get rid of mantling, sprinting,
Spirit build.
swimming.
Oh, I
Spirit build.
forgot to talk about that. I am so excited for that. Get rid of swimming. Make the instant death zones on the edge of the map. I will
we
be
have to get that
impulsing.
back.
Oh, impulse,
okay, so-
shockwaves,
All right,
ATVs, knocking people off the map. No reboot card. You can't play for the rest of the time. My friend Brandon and I, holy, you played creative with Brandon one time. Don't know if you remember him. It was a long time ago. This dude and I are always trolling each other. And we had so many impulse fights, so many shockwave fights, just so the other guy couldn't play for the rest of the game.
That's funny.
I loved it. One of my favorite things to do was the instant death on the edge of the map.
That is so fun. I did a few videos actually about that.
Oh, so good. So good.
'Cause-
And especially when the Loot Lake Island was there and it was like it was moving close to the edge of the island. Oh, you're done with a shockwave. Bang. See you later. It was a blast.
Yeah, that was so fun. So, big questions. Where will you drop? First,
Retail row was my first ever drop.
so you'll do it again?
So here's the thing. Depends, because I have a certain squad that I play with at every new season date because like it's like a tradition at this point that we do, which is sad because one of my friends might miss out on this experience this time around. Might be out of town. So we might come to a conclusion on a spot that we all liked, maybe. But I might try to do retail row because that was my first drop. I'm going to be wearing Oblivion, but it's tough. So I will be asking PBJ the same question in the second part of the
I have a
episode
good
because we
answer.
have reached. You have a good answer. All
I have
right.
a good answer.
I'm
I'm
ready.
ready for it.
I'm ready to hear it out, guys. The second part of this episode will be over on PBJ's channel. Go check it out. It will be in the pinned comment and the description down below, and hopefully the end screen right here. I know we've had problems with that in the past.
On my face.
Right on PBJ's face, guys. Go click on PBJ's face. We will see you later, PBJ. Do you have anything to say before we close it out?
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1 Fortnite is coming back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you over on PBJ's channel. Unless you suck, then you're going to stick around on this channel. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Take care.